Hey guys, what's up? What's good? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dammy Days back again with another video. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about time of the month. Our time of the month as ladies, periods, menstrual, whatever you want to call it. I know everybody has a different name for it, but today we're going to be talking about how to have the best time of the month. Okay, how to make your experience a little bit better, that much better. I know obviously it's not the most pleasant time. I don't enjoy it either, but it is what it is. It's a privilege to be able to, function as you should. There's a time in my life where my period decided to just shift and not return for a good couple of months, maybe even up to a year. And after that, I tried to watch what I say about my periods, even if it's not the most pleasant thing. It is something I'm grateful for because it does indicate that you are fertile and that things are working as they should, right? But yeah, it's just the joys of being a woman. So I just want to share some tips with you that have helped me over the years to have that much of a better time. Everybody has their own thing. If you swap periods over, some people might be able to deal with your period that you think is crazy better. And yeah, so everybody just has their own cup of tea. The person that is wearing the shoe knows where it hurts. So I hope these tips help you. I hope it helps to see how you can make your time of the month a bit more, not exciting, not pleasurable, but a bit more fitting into your life, where it doesn't come and just destroys everything and just causes chaos. So the first thing I'm going to mention is exercise. I'm going to do a whole different video on exercise, and I'm going to be really talking to myself as well, because it's not like I do this as well as I would love to, but exercise is great. And I usually find that anytime I go back to the gym, if I've not been for a while and it's around my period, it always like fast tracks things. I'm like, what's going on? But it definitely helps me to deal with my period better. I'm going to speak about this in more depth in the exercise video, but exercising helps to optimize your mitochondrial activity, and your mitochondria is in charge of your energy. The energy in your body is in charge of giving your cells the energy that it needs. So when you are exercising regularly, you're basically giving yourself a more energetic profile, because you're pushing your body to produce more energy. And usually, obviously, we know the time of the month can be quite a tiring one, because you're losing blood. If you're not careful, if you're not replenishing that back, you're just going to be weak and lethargic and fatigued. So keeping your energy levels up through exercise helps a lot. It helps me a lot. It helps you to manage the pain better as well. Number 2, I find iron tablets, iron supplements, just replenish yourself with iron. Most females go through iron deficiency, and that's because we bleed every month. Though your period, even if it feels like it, it's not actually like buckets loads of blood that comes out per month. It's actually a little, it's smaller than what you think. Though it's still not a lot, your body is still losing what the next gender is keeping inside of them. Taking iron tablets, even if it's the minimal on the regular, or some sort of iron supplement, or ensuring that you're eating iron fortified foods, helps a whole lot. And generally I find, because I don't like taking tablets, if I can't keep up with taking iron supplements throughout the month, I usually try and start when I can feel, and I know some people know by just date. My periods are not that regular for me to be able to tell by date. I just have an idea, and I know when it's coming because it gives me like a 2 days notice. So when I can tell, I usually just start taking iron tablets. When I usually do a blood test, obviously my doctor is always like, your iron's low. I'm like, yeah, tell me something new. So I'm always having a stash of iron tablets from the doctor, or I can buy it because now I know that, I need it. So usually for that week of period, or the week before and during, I would usually just intentionally take my iron tablets. And I find that usually helps my energy levels, because you're just kind of helping your body to produce more blood cells. When you've got low iron, the doctor usually asks you to take your iron tablets for about 3 months and then come back for a test. And that's when they would be able to see a difference. So I don't know how much taking it for 2 weeks helps, but I feel like it helps me. And maybe it's a psychological thing, but I feel like it definitely helps my energy levels if I'm replenishing my iron that I'm losing per month. Another one is sugar, 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 sugar. The addiction of sugar in our generation is crazy. It's crazy, it's intense, it's deep. And sugar has an effect on your period. There are some times when I've got a period that I'm really craving sugar, but thankfully that's rare, and I try not to give into the cravings. Instead, I actually delve into fruits more. I try and delve into salads more, and that's my way of like combating the sweetness craving. I find out anytime I'm indulging myself in those sweet things, I do find that my pain is a lot more. So sugar doesn't help your period pains at all. It doesn't help your cramps. It doesn't help your health in general. So reducing your sugar intake is so, I promise you, you're going to see a big difference with reducing your sugar intake. Eat well, eat a lot. Sugar is not eaten well, okay? So eat well, eat whole foods, eat your fiber days. Just eat well and eat a lot when you're on your period so that you don't feel tired, because again, like I said, you're losing a lot of blood. A lot of blood is gushing out of you, so you're very likely to feel tired, to feel a bit more exhausted. So make sure that you're imputing back the foods and the nutrients that you're losing. Another thing that helps me most definitely is heat. So I usually take a hot water bottle and put it around the area, because I think one thing that definitely gives away that my period is coming is usually back pain, like back cramps. I don't like that thing meeting me outside. It's really not nice, especially because my work, I stand all through. So when I've got my period just setting in, I can really, really feel it. But thankfully, I'm able to get through it during the day. But once I get home, or if it meets me at home, putting some hot water bottle or some heat around that area definitely helps. I know of some heat patches. Some heat patches might also be a good idea to just, infuse heat in the area. I think there's some like special hot water bottles for periods as well. But just heat in the area of your lower abdomen, I find helps me a lot. So infusing that as well. And finally, it's all to do with your pads. Your choice of product for your period is super important because it can make or break. Not many things I hate, but I hate when I leak. I hate it so much. I hate it so much, guys. I hate it. And I find when I was younger, I've got like a whole, let me get it for you. I've got like a whole stock of like pads so that I don't run out. And I've got it in like different sizes. And I love this for me because when I first start my period, obviously it's heavier the first 2 days and then it gradually goes down. And also if I just need to give people stuff. So I've got like a whole stash and I try and make sure I never run out. So what I found is before I reached my Holy Grail product, I always use number 4. Number 3 is usually like towards the end of my period. But I always start with number 4, number 5. But I found that I still leaked with those things. And I'm like, is this not meant to be getting heavier? But the things with Always, at least, the numbers that go up is more in the length of the pad rather than in the thickness or in the coverage of the pad. So it's more in the length. But the length doesn't really do much for me because even if like your pad is half full, it doesn't know to, based on how you're lying, it doesn't know to spread across the length. It's just probably going to spread out. Wait, I hope you get the image I'm trying to paint. So though I love like Always pads, I don't really reach out to them as often until I know that my bleeding has, reduced by like 50% or something, where I know that I'm controlling it and I'm not bleeding so much at night. So having a good choice of pads. But if I was to pick my favorite Always product, it would have to be the Always Infinity product. This is different from the normal this is different from like the normal ones in like the nylon. These ones are in boxes and they feel different. Why? Because they have this, I don't know what it's zero feel, zero leak technology. So basically, like, as even if it's full, it doesn't feel wet. It doesn't have that uncomfortable feeling. So like, I love this so much. I don't use it for my first couple of days again because it's heavy, but like this would be the next one I'd go to after using my like bigger pads. But this feels so good. Like I can be at work or I can be out all day and I can still feel dry even if my pad is a bit full. So this is why I really love this. Like the technology is great. It's in something like this. It's in ones like this because everything just seeps to the bottom and it literally just starts to like cement itself. So it doesn't sit on the top and you're feeling that like feeling. So yeah, that's my go-to product. And another go-to product is tenor pads, yo. God bless tenor pads. Obviously, this is like incontinence pads, but I had a friend that told me that stop buying all of these things. Just go straight to like tenor pads. This is the Boots brand, so Boots, like any brand kind of works because tenor's actual brand can be expensive. But this is basically like an adult Pampers, and I know it might not be for everybody, but it's definitely for me because the security I get is like no other. So you basically wear it like a pant. I love wearing this at night because one of the reasons I used to really not look forward to my period is like waking up in the middle of the night. I didn't like waking up in the middle of the night, guys. Though I need to develop in that because we need to start kabashing at night. But aside from that, if it's not prayer, I don't wake up at night. I don't wake up at night to pee. No, it's just not me. I sleep through the night by the grace of God. So anything waking me up is usually my period, whether that's like cramping or my fear of bleeding. But this just curbs that anxiety that there's a leakage somewhere because it's wide, it covers everywhere. Like and it's so like, it's definitely thicker because when I wake up, if it's not day one, anything after day one, it's just a little. But if it was on the pad, it would be a lot. And also, like, if you've got a busy day, that you might not have so much time to be going to the toilet every time. Let's say if it's a busy day at work or a meeting, then this just keeps you secure, knowing that it's not getting full anytime soon. It can be slightly uncomfortable because obviously you have like literally a whole Pampers on. But I just prefer the security than, the comfort of it. Though it's not super uncomfortable, but I don't know if I'm just used to it or if it's actually, comfortable. So yeah, tenor pads. I don't know what I've done with this one now. Yeah. So tenor pads are definitely the way forward for me, as you can see how it's worn there. I love it so much. I love it so much. I love it so much. If I was wearing a pad, I do try and change every 2 hours. I would advise. If I don't change every 2 hours, it's probably because I went to the toilet intermittently, running up to that 2 hours. And I usually find that going to the toilet often just allows it to go straight into the toilet than rather on your pad. So if I know that, okay, it's been like 30, I don't know, depending on where you are in your period and how you bleed, I just know that after, let's say, an hour, I'm probably going to drop a bomb sometime soon. So I'll usually just go to the toilet to pee. And with that peeing, I can just drop that bomb right in the toilet. And it saves my pad from excessiveness. So going to the toilet often usually is how I manage my pads. If not, I change it often as well. And that helps the place to smell fresher. Yeah, as fresh as it can with the whole area covered in blood. But yeah, it just doesn't, because once old blood starts to, it's not a nice smell. It's not a nice smell. So yeah, and my final tip in that regard as well is to shower because there's dried blood up. Shower and also use wet wipes. Obviously there's tissues, but Andrex, I love Andrex's washlets, I think is what it's called, toilet wipes that's got water in it, or you use just water and wash yourself, or preferably just shower, because dried blood has a smell. When you're on your period, if you're not careful, you will have a bit more of a stank to you. So ensure that you're keeping on top of your hygiene, you're washing well, you're changing your pads, you're changing your pants, so that there's no lingering smell. So you're not like, I've actually showered, or I've actually sprayed perfume, but there's that extra oomph to you. So yeah, I hope these tips are helpful in having a better time of the month. Let me know if you have some tips that help you, and I'll be sure to try them out and to also share with my wonderful friends that are needing the tips. Let's all help each other out, because this journey, we can't do it alone. We've got many more years of dealing with, periods, and then menopause will come. So let's share as much information as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.